Today my lab partner and I will be making a dissecting tutorial over a sheep's eyeball for those of you who are interested in learning the parts. But before we start, we're going to go over some lab procedures. Always make sure that you rinse off the eyeball once you get it so the smell won't affect, so it won't bother you or bother your eyes, and rinse off your scissors and your probe.
And then you also want to wear gloves because you don't want to directly touch the eyeball.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn the eye around, so have the back of it facing you, and look for the optic nerve. If you don't see it right away, you want to start like feeling around it. You'll be able to notice it because it's hard. So do you see it? Let me see. So you might have to like take some of the adipose fat away to this. So we found it. It's right in there. Should we show it to the camera? It's right there. So that is the optic nerve. So it's just small and hard, and that transmits impulses to the brain from the retina. And I'll explain what the retina is later on. So you want to start cutting off all the excess fat and muscle that is around it. So just cut away. You don't really have to be precise about it. Just do not cut the optic nerve. And then like our eye also has some eyelashes and stuff right there. You can cut that off. Just Yep, cut the eyelashes off. So we just cut the eyelashes off, and now we're going to continue cutting all the excess tissue. And be careful, do not cut the optic nerve.
Or your partner.
Or your partner, yeah. Or yourself.
We have a lot of fat.
Yeah, we do.
Another thing I forgot to mention is always make sure that you have sharp scissors.
It'll make everything a lot easier.
I think that's enough.
Let me see. Yeah. So we cut it all off, and then you can see the optic nerve is more visible now. So the next thing you want to do is face the eye towards you, and you will see a projected area on the eye, which is right there. And that is called the cornea. And the cornea's function is to form a clear window and then that window is the major light bending medium of the eye. So it kind of just like controls the amount of light that goes into the eye. And you can see it like if you're doing it with a lap partner, if they turn their face forward and you stare at their eye through the side, you'll be able to see their cornea. So the next thing you want to do is cut the sclera. So the sclera is just like the white outer membrane of the eye, and the sclera is there to maintain the shape of the eyeball. So you just kind of like want to puncture it a little bit, make a little cut, and then start cutting around the eye like she's doing. and then you just want to like leave like a little attachment to it, so on both that attaches the two parts of the eye, so you can be able to like close it back up and have like the full formed eye.
Maybe you should have cut for.
Just the tissue. Let me see this. Let me see it. We are still cutting a little more tissue off of it. Ours had a lot. So it's easier to work with when there's
Just
minimal.
bear with us.
There we go. So I think that's gonna be good to work with. So yeah, now just like make a little slit in it to start cutting around. And you want to be careful with this because the eyeball is filled with fluid and it could squirt out at you. Just cut like right there.
Right here.
Yeah. See it? Here. You want to have like your mouth and closed for this. There. And then just cut around like that. So, fluid is coming out. So while she's cutting that, you can see like all the liquid that's coming out of it. A little more. And you want to use like the tip of your scissors for this. You don't want to like cut like if it were paper.
Okay. Now we have it open.
So that's how it looks like it opened. And this little like ball that you see right here, you put it with the probe, that is the lens. So the lens is just like a little ball-like structure inside the eye that helps light and images focus on the retina. So right now it's a little hard, and it looks like
It's
it
hard.
just kind of
It's
looks
not filled with fluid. It contains fiber.
Yeah, so it looks like a little pebble. And then like you can't really see it through the video, but you'll be able to see like some gel-like stuff that's attached to it. I'm trying to hold it up, but it's kind of hard. Right, that. And that is the vitreous humor, which is inside the posterior portion of the anterior segment, and it's just this. You don't really need it for the dissection, so you can just kind of take it out with a probe or something. Just kind of pinch it out. Try getting it.
It's right now.
Okay. So, and then the yellow tan membrane that she's holding out, that's behind the gel-like structure, is the retina. So the retina absorbs light and prevents it from scattering in the eye and converts the light energy into action potential that are sent to the brain. And another thing about the retina is if it's damaged in any way, it can affect your vision. So, like some people can damage it throughout their life and they can just go blind or something. And then it's connected at the optic disc, which connects to the optic membrane, the optic nerve, which sends the information to the brain. And then at the anterior portion of the eye, you will see the iris, which is the ridges, black area of the eye.
It has ridges in it.
And on humans, it's the color portion of the eye. So that just controls how much light is entered through the eye by dilating and making the pupil bigger. And then the pupil is the round central opening, which is like that clear area right there. And that is where the light passes through the eye. And then towards the back of the eyeball, to the posterior section of the eyeball, you will see a very colorful membrane. On ours, it's blue. It's mainly blue, but on some it could be green. And it's really pretty, just back there. And that is the tapetum lucidum. And only animals have this. No human has this because it is used to reflect light back through the retina. And so at night, when you shine like a light at an animal, like a cat or a dog, and you see the reflection, like the neon color eyes, it's caused because of that.
That's what that is.
Okay. And then you can just close the eye. Since we have the little hinge, you can close the eye back. And it's not gonna look normal, but that's how you do dissection. So if you ever needed to close back up, it'll have a similar form still.
Okay. And that concludes our video. Hope we helped you with that section.
Bye.